Stop what you're doing because Remy Ma just turned a late-night talk show into a full-blown crime scene. Yes, you heard that right. This wasn't a skit, this wasn't a parody, this was Remy Ma allegedly caught on camera using Dr. GS backstage, like it was part of the script. Now tell me, how does a platinum-selling rapper, a so-called changed woman, go from being a guest of honor to being escorted out in cuffs by 2 officers and a hairstylist clutching her purse? How did we go from lean back to lean away from the evidence? And let's not pretend this came out of nowhere. The footage that just leaked crystal clear HD. You can literally see the regret forming in real time, the host's face frozen, the audience confused, and Remy oblivious. So the big question is, was it a setup, a relapse, or has Remy Ma been living a double life? This whole time, one mic in hand and one hand in the wrong bag, because baby, the receipts are here. The footage is real, and the fall from grace, oh, it's steep. Let's get into it. So here's how it all started. It was supposed to be a regular night on the After Hours show with Lance Carter. You know, the one Neon Lights jazz band, that cheesy but charming vibe where celebs go to plug their projects and pretend everything's fine, and Remy Ma, she was the headline guest. The producers were hyped, the PR team was on edge. The outfit, fire hair laid, everything was going according to plan until it wasn't. The backstage camera. Yes, the one no one was supposed to ever see just somehow got leaked. We're talking iCloud hack, energy surveillance, angles, time-stamped, and in that footage clear as day. Remy is caught bending over a table, and no, she wasn't fixing her makeup, she wasn't adjusting her mic, she was allegedly doing something no publicist on earth can spin. Now let's not forget, Remy Ma isn't new to controversy. This is the same woman who served 6 years for shooting someone over a few hundred, the same woman who once told Oprah she's moved on from violence and is focused on uplifting women. Fast forward to now, sis is uplifting grams of mystery powder in a green room. The footage is shocking, not just because of what she's allegedly doing, but when this wasn't hours before, this was minutes before walking onto a live stage, she was literally wiping her nose and walking into applause like nothing happened. Method acting, maybe madness, most definitely, and let's talk about who was in that room. This wasn't some solo moment. Oh no, there were people, a makeup artist in the corner pretending not to see anything, a sound guy nervously sipping water like he just walked in on a murder, and someone, God bless the soul, actually whispered, "Yo, is that?" before the audio cuts out. How convenient. Now here's where it gets messy, because just as Remy finishes her ahem moment of personal reflection, someone walks in, a young intern, probably new, probably unaware, and judging by his reaction, he saw something he will never unsee. He froze, mouth open, holding a folder, like it was a crucifix, and Remy, she looked him dead in the eye and said, "You didn't see nothing." Classic, but unfortunately for her, the internet sees everything. Within hours of the footage leaking, hashtags exploded. Remy Ma hash, After Hours meltdown, hash not so lean back, and my personal favorite hash, from bars to behind bars. Fans were in disbelief. Well, some of them, others, they pulled up receipts, old interviews, club appearances where she seemed a little too energetic, even a resurfaced 2019 clip where Fat Joe nervously tells her, "You good?" Mid-con conversation. The conspiracy theories were rolling in fast, and the producers of the show silent, like dead silent, no statement, no response. Just radio static, which in this business, that's code for panic mode. Because let's not forget, the After Hours show is live. There's no delay, no edit button. If she had walked on stage 5 minutes earlier, we could have witnessed the first ever on-air intervention. Instead, what we got was chaos in slow motion right before her segment began. Remy disappeared for about 12 minutes. The audience was clapping in confusion. The band just kept playing. And when she finally re-emerged, phew, that walk, that smile it was giving. I know what I just did, but you'll never prove it. But then the camera caught something else. A quick shot, less than 3 seconds of Remy backstage. Again, just off stage, left visibly shaking, whether it was nerves or something more sinister. We may never know, but what we do know, that's the moment everything unraveled. Security was seen whispering into earpieces. A woman with a clipboard ran past the curtain, and then an abrupt cut to commercial. Just as Remy was about to speak. Now let's pause and think, how often does a live talk show just cut someone off? This wasn't a Kanye Taylor moment. This wasn't someone dropping an F-bomb. This was a planned segment. She was supposed to talk about her new docu or regret, ironically titled, Huh, so why was it asked? Sources say the producers made the call mid-show. Allegedly, one of the show's investors threatened to pull funding if Remy appeared on air in that condition. Another source claims the show's host, Lance Carter himself, refused to sit next to her after seeing the footage. Allegedly, he told staff, "If she's rolling in like that, I'm not rolling cameras." And that, dear viewers, is when the panic became protocol. Remy was quietly escorted off the premises. No scene, no screaming, just 2 security guards, a publicist on the verge of tears, and a very dazed Remy Ma being led into a black SUV. And guess who was waiting at the door? Papoose. Yep, Mr. Loyalty himself, the same man who held her down during her prison bid, the same man who called her his ride or die for over a decade. the same man who, according to one witness, looked at her and simply said, "Again, Remy, again, you could cut the disappointment with a knife." And that's where things get even darker, because right after that SUV pulled off, someone, likely a staff member, posted a blurred-out snippet of the backstage footage, just a few seconds, no sound, but it was enough to spark outrage enough to get Twitter in shambles, enough for TMZ to post a blurry thumbnail and call it exclusive, and enough to get law enforcement involved. Because baby now, it's a legal matter, and guess what? That's exactly where we're headed next, because baby now, it's a legal matter. Just hours after that blurry clip hit the internet, the NYPD confirmed they were reviewing disturbing footage allegedly linked to Remy Smith, also known as Remy Ma, and you already know what that means. Translation: they're not just watching, they're collecting, they're preparing, and possibly they're charging. But hold up, it gets worse. The entire raw surveillance clip, uncut, unedited, and very much illegal to possess, leaked online through a burner X, formerly Twitter, account named at Bronx Backstage Leaks Cute. Within 20 minutes, the video had racked up over 2 million views. Within 2 hours, it had been reposted by The Shade Room, Baller Alert, and even Barstool Sports, because apparently even they wanted a piece of this mess. And when TMZ uploaded a censored version titled Remy Ma behind-scenes breakdown, sparks police interest, it was game over. Suddenly, news outlets started treating this like a criminal investigation, and not the cute kind with a slap on the wrist. We're talking real charges: narcotics, possession, endangerment, violating probation terms, and according to one anonymous source close to the DA's office, we're not just looking at what she did, we're looking at what she brought into a secure building. That's a serious offense. This is bigger than a rapper gone rogue. Now pause, because if you think this is just some tabloid drama, let me break it down real smooth. The show where all this happened, the After Hours show, filmed inside a major network building, which means government oversight, which means federal jurisdiction, which means Remy Ma didn't just possibly commit a crime, she did it on network property. Sources say the security team is scrambling to check who entered, what they brought in, and how the footage even got leaked in the first place. One producer who asked to remain anonymous said it wasn't just Remy. "We all messed up. This could take down the whole season." And the kicker, rumors say the FBI might get involved, because apparently the substance caught on tape. It's not just your average party favor. Multiple gossip accounts are claiming again, allegedly, it was a Schedule I controlled substance. The type of thing that lands people in federal courtrooms, not just rehab centers. Meanwhile, the public OPO, they've turned this into theatrical chaos. You've got Twitter threads breaking down the exact angle of her pinky, trying to determine intent. TikTok sleuths comparing this video to old Remy interviews to track behavioral changes. One video with over 1.7 million views literally ends with a girl saying, "You can't tell me she wasn't on something" during her Wendy Williams appearance in 2021. Look at her eyes. It's become a cultural investigation, a meme war, a digital manhunt, all unfolding in real time. But that's not all. Enter Papoose. Again, just 12 hours after the footage surfaced, he posted a now-deleted Instagram story, just plain black text, on white background that read, "You hold someone down for years, and then this." No tags, no context, just heartbreak. But that one post sent fans into overdrive. Was he done with her? Were the divorce rumors true? Did he know what she was doing all along? And that's when things really caught fire, because just minutes after that story vanished, Clarissa Shields, Rhee's known nemesis, posted a cryptic tweet that simply said, "View karma, girl." Not only was that messy, it was calculated, and you already know the internet took it and ran screenshots, think pieces, entire YouTube lives titled, "Clarissa finally speaks. Was she right about Remy all along?" Let's not forget, just 2 weeks ago, Clarissa publicly accused Remy Ma of living a double life. Fans laughed, called it petty X energy, but now they're revisiting that claim like it was a prophecy, as if that was enough. Fat Joe went on IG Live and tried to do damage control. Keyword, tried. He looked like a man trying not to admit he was blindsided. Y'all know Remy. I know Remy, we've been through it, but let's not judge before the facts come out. But baby, the facts already done came out, and they came with hide video and a possible arrest warrant. Even the Breakfast Club got in on it. Charlemagne opened the show with, "If the footage is real, and it looks very real, then we got to ask, what's Remy running from? Because it's not accountability, brutal." Meanwhile, multiple outlets reported that Remy's team is now lawyered up. A crisis PR team has been hired, and get this, she's allegedly considering checking into a private treatment facility for exhaustion. Oh honey, that old trick. And y'all, here's the exclusive tea. According to a leaked DM between a verified stylist and a blogger, Remy wasn't even supposed to do the show. Allegedly, she demanded a last-minute spot on the guest list after her team begged producers for a quick win to shift public perception following her rumored fallout with Papoose. So not only was this a last-minute PR stunt, it became a public relations disaster. And just when you think this can't go deeper, one of the show's backstage crew members posted a TikTok claiming they warned the producers ahead of time. In their words, she came in off shaky, sweaty, rambling. I asked my boss, are we sure she's good to go on camera? And they said it's Remy Ma, she'll pull it together. Guess what? She didn't. And now the consequences are stacking up like unfiled paperwork. We're talking potential breach of contract lawsuits, sponsors pulling out one of the show's makeup sponsors. Glowfinity Cosmetics already removed all Remy-related promos and quietly dropped a statement saying they support safe, empowered women and will no longer partner with talent who jeopardized that mission, damn, and yet somehow it still gets worse because according to unconfirmed reports, Remy Ma has officially been banned from the network studio lot until further notice. That's right, not suspended, banned. And this, my friends, brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, because when public opinion, legal action, and betrayal collide, you better believe that's the recipe for a full-on fallout. So now we're here, the cameras are off, the damage is done, and Remy Ma sis is staring down the barrel of the biggest scandal of her entire career. And that's saying something considering her rap sheet is already longer than a CVS receipt. Let's talk fallout. Just 48 hours after the footage went viral, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office officially confirmed they are investigating recent allegations tied to an incident at the After Hours show studio involving a high-profile figure. Translation: Remy Ma is being looked at for criminal charges, and the charges: possession of a controlled substance, tampering with a live production set, endangerment, violation of parole conditions possible, intent to distribute, yes, that last one being whispered heavily behind closed doors. Allegedly, the amount of the substance in the leaked footage wasn't for personal use based on what the DA claims to have reviewed, which means this is no longer Remy Ma slipped up backstage. This is Remy Ma might be moving product while booked for a mainstream network appearance. And the worst part, she's doing all of this while still technically on supervised release from her last incarceration. Sources close to the case say Rhee's legal team is now working round the clock to negotiate a voluntary surrender to avoid a public takedown or a surprise arrest, because let's be honest, no one wants to see Remy Ma getting cuffed in front of her Dunkin' Donuts. But here's the kicker, the network is coming for her too. NBC Studios, who own the rights to the After Hours show, just released a formal statement announcing a zero-tolerance drug policy breach that could result in civil litigation. Yes, you heard that right, on top of potential criminal charges. Remy could now be facing a multi-million-dollar lawsuit from the network for reputational damage, safety violation, and breach of studio protocol. And if you thought that was the end of it, think again, because now government watchdog groups are involved, according to documents shared by investigative journalists. Lexi Monroe, the FCC has received multiple complaints from viewers claiming they sensed something was off during the taping and want to know why a potentially impaired guest was allowed to perform. And let's not forget, Rhee's segment never aired, but the audience was there, and a few of them already speaking out. TikTok user at She from Harlem posted a 3-part video titled, "I was there when Remy Ma got snatched." In the now viral clip, she claims, "We heard yelling backstage, then everything just stopped. The host came out and said the show was cutting early. We didn't even get our Q&A session." Even worse, one member of the audience has allegedly lawyered up, claiming they experienced emotional distress from seeing Remy be escorted out mid-breakdown. Welcome to the age of the lawsuit economy. Meanwhile, back in the world of rap and celebrity gossip, everyone's turning their back. Brands, sponsors, even close friends. You remember that doers reminisce redemption or regret that was supposed to rebrand her image and finally tell her story. Canceled, quietly pulled from all streaming platforms. HBO Max even released a statement saying, "We remain committed to telling powerful, uplifting stories. In light of recent developments, this project no longer aligns with our values." Damn, not even a fade out. Babette Awards, her honorary segment was cut. The magazine cover she was supposed to land next month pulled, and her own rap peers, they're ducking faster than fans at a Travis Scott concert, one insider told Rap Report Weekly. Nobody wants to be next to a sinking ship, especially one that's leaking evidence. And speaking of evidence, guess who's now cooperating with authorities? The intern, yep, the same fresh-faced kid who walked in and caught Remy mid-dash moment. Allegedly handed over a written statement to police detailing exactly what he saw and confirming that this wasn't the first time. Oops, so now let's paint the picture. Clearly, Remy Ma is facing possible jail time. Her marriage is in shambles. Her image is destroyed, and even the streets, yes, the streets have started to whisper that this time she's done. But don't get it twisted, Remy's not going down without trying to spin the narrative. Her PR team just released a carefully worded statement saying Miss Smith is currently undergoing evaluation and will be entering a wellness facility for exhaustion, personal recovery, and mental clarity. She thanks her fans for their continued love and support. Girl, we've heard this script before. It's giving PR rehab, not to be confused with actual rehab, because so far, no criminal lawyer has confirmed she's pled into treatment, which means this evaluation could just be a fancy Airbnb with security cameras turned off, and you'd think maybe, just maybe, Remy Ma would go quiet after all this, but nope, one blurry paparazzi photo of her ducking into a blacked-out Escalade just went viral and fans immediately started zooming in like it was a Zapruder film. One user literally wrote, "Enhance, I swear, that's a bracelet from the county. Someone check that wrist." Others weren't so funny. One tweet that went mega viral simply said, "From love and hip-hop to chain and shackles, y'all, the internet has no chill." And here's the final nail in the coffin. Remember Papoose' cryptic IG post? Well, turns out it wasn't just heartbreak, it was foreshadowing. Papoose has officially moved out, multiple sources close to the couple claim. He's already removed his belongings from their shared home and has been spotted house hunting solo in New Jersey. One source close to him says he's heartbroken, but he warned her. And now he's done. There's nothing left to fix. So now the fairy tale is over. The image is shattered, and Remy Ma, once hailed as the queen who rose from prison to platinum, has fallen harder than ever before, and as she awaits her fate, indictments, hearings, media firestorms, one question lingers: is this the end, or just the beginning of something even darker? Because if you think this is wild, baby, just wait till the wire tops drop. So here we are, Remy Ma, once the queen of comeback stories, now the face of a full-blown scandal, from a talk show taping to viral footage, a possible arrest, and her entire brand crashing like a bad beat drop. This might just be the biggest celebrity downfall of the year, but we want to know what you think. Was this a setup, a cry for help, or has Remy been spiraling behind the scenes this whole time while pretending everything was under control? Is she being unfairly targeted, or is this finally karma cashing in? Drop your theories in the comments. Was Clarissa right all along? Is Papoose really done for good, or are we about to see another shocking twist nobody saw coming? And if you're here for the chaos, the receipts, and the truths these celebs wish stayed buried, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss another deep dive from Scoop Bazaar. Because trust, if it leaks, if it exposes, if it burns down a career, we'll be the first to break it. This isn't just gossip, it's Scoop Bazaar, and baby, we don't.